Test, 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 sound check. All right, I think we're on the air. Getting situated here a little bit and trying to be ahead of the game once and not behind. The court is ahead of schedule, I would say. So we're going to let you watch warm-ups here a little bit, and then we'll get the show on the road. Still trying to get a few things situated here, but I think we're good.
Yeah, that is 1VA.
Yeah, that should all be set. You can give it a try and see if it works, and then I'll check here quick. You can always just reset it. Yep, okay, good. Getting our scoring app.
Get a 1-0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always a fun adventure to protect the gear here, and the serving is the worst time. All right, we're just going to check to make sure that we're on the air and everything's good. Double check the audio here. I see the meter moving, so that's a good thing. We have video, and I think we're going to be on the air here. So we'll get a little bit of a preamble going here. It is the ASICS President's Day Classic, Day 2, Match 1 here for your Northern Lights, 18 Black, as they are set to take on ONEva. And I think that's One Volleyball Academy, but we're just going to call them ONEva. That is their 18 gray team. And our broadcast team today is myself. We'll be doing the play-by-play. Jim Welbrock, Kara Spolodoro will be doing the color analysis here for us today. And Mr. Joe Klembarski will be acting as our scorekeeper as well as our sports information director. And Lindsay Spolodoro, I believe, will be keeping some stats, which I did a terrible job yesterday of relaying to you. She gave me some really nice numbers, and I did not a great job of passing those along to you. So we're not going to read through a lot. We're going to pick one key stat from each set and say, was it because we hit 400 or we had 7 aces? Those are the numbers from yesterday. Actually hit 433 in one of the sets. Those are kind of the key things. So, Kara, what's the key to today? We call the second day moving day because we're going to see where you end up. But the competition level picks up. And what do you think the keys are for the team today?
Assess. There we go. Now I can hear myself. I think that the passion that the girls played with in that third match was some of the best I've seen all year. They all had just really intense, positive energy, playing for each other, with each other, and it really translated into some good stuff that we saw on the court. So that's my number one. You mentioned the hitting percentage, which was just a really nice statistic there. They put together a lot of good strings. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. So if we can keep our attacks on track, keep the other team kind of working on their defense and having to continuously play some good defense to stay on their toes, then I think we'll keep them on their heels. And the service, our service attempts were aggressive. I saw several people with just really going after it on those serves, and the percentages were high. You know, maybe you get one or two out a little bit more than normal if you're doing just a average, you know, just tentative a little bit, want to keep it in.
Right.
But there were some really aggressive serves yesterday, and that was paying off because they were staying in and getting lots of aces. So we'll see what their approach is today, you know, in this first match, and they can alter that as they go throughout the day as well.
Yeah, I think those are good things to highlight, and hopefully we can come out and make some of those sort of keys to the game here. And I think the main thing is to come out and play your game, especially as the competition heats up and maybe you get into some tough situations. You want to remember this is what we worked on practice. We don't want to play the other team's game. We need to play our game.
And I know the team has spent some time on defense as well. And sometimes there's not always a easy stat to recognize how well the defense is playing. But we saw a lot of hustle from our defense yesterday. They weren't giving up on balls. They were hustling to the corner of the courts to get those well placed balls. So if we can keep our defense aggressive as well, and passing up those balls so that the setters can do their thing and give the hitters as many options as possible, that's always the best look.
Sounds good to me. All right, we're almost ready to go here. The teams are doing their final meeting with the coach here and last words before they come out on the court. And then we'll have our referees make their final checks. The match will be underway here, so we're going to get your view back so I do not forget that. We did manage to, and I have to thank the team for getting this end of the court because we do have a net on the other side, and it would not be as pleasant to be on that side. And if we end up there, we'll have to do some modifications, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, we're in a good spot for this match, and just a few words about ONEva, 18 Gray, One Volleyball Academy, indeed is what it stands for. Same story as the previous team. We played another one of their teams yesterday. This is their twos team. Their national rank 1445 out of 1880. I'm not sure how much stock that we put in those sorts of numbers at this point in the game. We just want to have a good day and play our game, and I think we're going to be okay. So our two final checks here. We're going to do our final checks. We are on the air. We have audio.
How are our numbers looking?
The numbers are good so far. I've got over 10,000 kilobits, which is where you want to be. I did this new check that auto-configures the settings based on the internet, which I had not done.
Okay.
That's the new thing I learned, and amongst a couple of other things. The recording, by the way, did not work out. The recording is exactly the same as the stream.
Okay.
So that I'm not going to upload that. You get what you got on match 2 yesterday. But there was a setting there, too, to say make me a better recording. So a couple of things that have changed, and we have a new battery today. It's going to hopefully give us a little bit more power. All right, match is underway here. The serve was with ONEva, and the first serve falls in, so they get an ace. And we're going to reset here as I cannot tell you who's serving. It's number 4. We'll get her name here, Gayla Fairborn. And the swing from Deckers right into the block comes back.
Still early on, and we're just kind of feeling out the other team here.
Gia Fairbairn, lefty, puts the ball into play here, picked up there by Miedema. Back set to her. A nice swing there, sent over on the left pin for 1, and scrambling to get this back up. Unable to do so for your Northern Lights.
Well, we're spotting them 3 points, so let's get this next one.
Yep, I think we just need to get a side out, get the serve on our side, and run our offense a little bit here. Torby over the left side. Miedema, that one goes into the net, and it is 0-4. Coach Weber up saying, all right, come on, it's fine. Let's do our thing. We have seen the team start a little bit slow before, so no worries there. I think we can come back from this easy. That ball, nice defensive save there by Torby to get that one back over. Deckers and Spoladoro team up on that block.
Yeah, that was a good turnaround there. That was a little dicey. Good effort by Torby to pull that ball back in play so we could finish out with a point.
Taylor Miedema at the line to put the serve in play, and it's good serve over the left side here. And kind of an off-speed pitch is picked up there by Bovard. A free ball opportunity here for one. And confusion. I don't think anyone had any idea what was going on that point on the one side.
Yep, that was a good play for us. A little surprising, I think, on the other side there.
For sure. Miedema continues at the stripe here. The right-hander sends it over, and this ball skips off the defense and heads over to the sparkling ice tent, which is right behind us here on court 19.
Yep, I'm feeling some good mojo now. This is feeling good.
Yeah, I think we just needed to get the serve and get a few points on the board, and
yep,
it'll be okay. And Miedema, another good serve here, sends that in a good spot there in the 4. And again, trouble, and it lays on the tape for half a second, rolls back over on the one side. Point Lights.
It'd be nice to continue this run.
Always good to have a couple of nice service runs that can really build off of that. And again, defensive troubles here for one.
Yeah, Taylor serves are keeping the other team on their heels. They're not able to get in system.
Miedema continues, moves over a little bit for this serve. Again, they have trouble picking this up over the right side and airmailed into
our scorekeeper.
Into the audience here. And yeah, almost taking out our sports information director / scorekeeper, Joel Klimbarski. Miedema continues, another good serve right down the line. I think the serving will be important. Everybody's seeing that. Torby here out of the back row. Miedema sends it into the donut. Point Lights.
Couple nice things from Taylor on that. First, her serve is to somebody who's not in the serve receive, so she was shocked that she was getting the ball, and then Taylor closing it out with the point.
She continues in another good spot. Picked up this time by one and in the middle, and they find a spot on the floor.
Yeah, that was a nice execution on the other team. Our defense, we had Ada up on the block, just a little, the hitter hit on the right side of Ada, so she got a good look over on that side.
Number 2 is serving. She's not on the roster, so we're just going to have to call her number 2. High set here over to Bovard. And
yeah, that gave Sasha lots of time to do her full approach and really get up in the air. I think she has the height advantage and the jumping advantage on her blocker.
Molly Klimbarski wearing the black libero jersey today. Gets a nice recovery there, and this one goes over and one unable to handle it.
Yeah, great up for Molly then to get that up, to keep it in play, and then after that, things just didn't go their way, the other team.
Lights playing well here. Over to the right side for one, and Klimbarski sends this back over. They're going to reload the point here. Torby into that gap set to Gauskins. Some very nice play there.
Yep, I think that might have been Sasha's first swing of the game, so good to see her coming in, continuing where she left off yesterday. Or did I say Sasha? I meant Ashley.
Yeah, that's why I need our roster. Once in a while, I just can't. We look at somebody and just can't come up with a name.
Well, me too, obviously.
Klimbarski, a nice service run here. The right-hander keeps it going here, and they're out of system on this one as well. They do get a swing out of the left pin there. Lights out of the back row. Miedema right through, then past that block. What a great swing, Taylor Miedema.
Yeah, I love it when those back row attempts work. That was always the hardest thing for me, so I'm always in such awe when they do it well.
Yeah, that was nice to see a good recovery there. coming back from that. I think it was a 4-0
Yeah.
deficit. Looking good here in set number 1. Again, we'll remind you we are at the ASICS President's Day Classic, day number 2. We usually call it moving day because this is the day that you are going to find out what bracket you ultimately end up in for tomorrow's championship day. We call tomorrow championship day. So we'll see how that all works out. So far, things going well here for your light squad. Klembarski continues from the stripe here. Over to the left side, and that one does not get over. And I have to say, I don't think any of their numbers are matching. So we're at a complete loss for their
people
team because I don't see any numbers matching up. So unfortunately, won't be able to tell you much about them. Miedema here. Torby the on-2 right in the middle of the donut.
It's a good mix-up. Good to throw that in. Izzy sensed the hole in the middle.
Klembarski continues from the stripe. Nice long service run here. Ball out on the floor. And, kind of a late whistle. I don't know if you didn't see it. Of course, if the refs are looking the other half of the court, they don't see the ball rolling in. We're going to try this one over again.
Yep.
Klembarski puts it over. Good serve. They scramble. They're going to get it over. Oh, wow.
Go
right
trade.
through the Mineral Springs Brewery broadcast booth. Mike says that a lot better than I do. And the ball has...
I think it's gone. No, here it comes.
All right, now we got to worry about it coming back. I've seen people get hit in the back of the head when they throw the ball back in, too. So.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous place here in Omaha, Nebraska, as Klembarski continues. A great service run here. Corby, that gap set again to Gausnick, and that is down for a lights point.
Another good combo from setter to middle. Like those different speed sets.
Molly continues at the line. They're going to go over to the right side here. Way up, high up, over the block. Torby sets this up for Spoladuro. Clips hands, I think, and then over to the defense, who's unable to dive and bring that up. Lights running away with set number 1, 17-5. Klembarski right on the line. Another good serve here over the left side, and that's a sharp attack and a great pickup by Molly there. Miedema sends this over. Good recycle of the point there, and their middle, wish I knew her name, is set up well there and a nice attack for 1.
If I remember right, that was the same spot she hit to on that other nice attack she had, so maybe our blocker could cheat a little that way.
Does seem to be her favorite location. She earns her way to the service stripe, that's for certain. Torby, that gap set to Grelsnick again, and wow, that is
right
down.
Back at you, and then some.
Great play there for Ashley Grelsnick. Rosemont product, and to our right, Macy Spoladuro at the service stripe. 1 over to the left side and up and over.
Oh,
wow, holy smokes.
Save the kids.
Comes right into a couple of kids right in front of us here.
Toddler-sized kids.
Yeah, they're not very old, so that could have been bad, but we got pretty good protection around them, so hopefully that works out.
Future volleyball player, maybe. She just got her first dig.
All right, number 9 for 1 volleyball puts the ball into play here. Klembarski there to pick this one up. Again to Grelsnick. They get this one out of the back row here. Sent over by 1. Klembarski, the bump set over to Goldbard, and they're going to get this one back. It's going to be a free ball opportunity, though, here for Lights. Klembarski, Spoladuro, Bovard on the line. Point Lights.
Love that play, and the execution was great. We had the middle going up for if the set would have been there, she was ready to take it, and that held the blocker, and it gave Sasha that more of a one-on-one attack.
Bella rushing to our left at the stripe here, picked up by 1. They go that left pin attack. Again, they do seem to favor that side. Miedema. Just long. Wow, I thought I caught the line.
Yeah, super close.
So 8 serving 19. Lights again in firm control of set number 1 here as 1 puts the ball into play. Rushing there to pick this one up. Spoletor over the back set. Over to Hagen. And did we get a touch? Did not.
That's good attempt though. Real nice idea to go to that spot. It was open.
It was. All right, 1 puts the ball into play here. Looks the same as Rushing picks this up. This one over to Miedema on the left side. Off the block. Picked up the back row with the left side and tipped up over the block. Grausnick. And an overpass there is sent back by 1. Creeping back in a little bit here, but still 10 serving 19.
We had quite a bit of cushion.
Plumbarski there to pick this one up. Grausnick right through the block and down.
Yeah, that was just powering through the single middle block there, right through that middle's hands. Just right through and dribbled down for a point.
Grausnick right in front of the broadcast booth here sends this one over, picked up by 1. Into the middle, off the block and out. Rushing gets a hand on it, but unable to bring it back.
Yep, that block, we were on it. We were just a little off on the side, so made it hard for the defenders to pick it up, but let's get the next one. Oh, yep.
And another ball comes flying right through. Everybody gets a hand on it, but not enough to keep it. So then it skips up and over. And no worries as Izzy Torvey has it back. Right-hander with a good serve here. 1 picks it up. That middle again, right to the same spot. The Torvey right there to get it. Spoletor sends this over, and it's on the line. Point Lights.
That must have fallen right on the line, too. So a couple super close ones. One went a little bit out. One was probably just right on the line.
Yep. Torvey, the Orono product, to our right, serves it deep into 1, and they have a little trouble handling this one. So another roll shot over here. Rushing there to get this one. The back set over to Spoletor. Again on the line. And I think we're going to need to do that all day. We're going to need to paint the lines and the corners.
Yes.
Get into these better teams.
Yes. Put it in spots that are hard to defend.
Torvey continues here from the stripe. The right-hander sends it over. And we're going to see this middle attack going in exactly the same place again. Lights not fooled. We got a ball rolling through the spectators, and they grab it back before it can get out on the floor. Torvey over to the left side. Miedema off the block, off the defense, and down. Point Lights.
I'd like to give a shout out to the players on the court next door who actively tried to get that ball and keep our play going. That was very nice of them.
A pretty good distance to cover to get over.
Yeah.
Navigate around the ball carts.
Yeah. A couple people.
Torvey continues here, and this one is shanked off to the side, and we are done, folks, with set 1, 25-11. So
I think I said that we were spotting them, 4, and we could have spotted them even a few more, but I'm glad we didn't.
It certainly flipped around in a hurry.
Yeah, it did. We just kind of had to get that first point and get a little bit of a rhythm going, and then the team played well consistently, kind of on all angles. They had some nice defensive plays. The serving was aggressive and good.
Yeah.
We had the hitting. We'll have to check in a little bit with our statistician and see if she knows what the percentage was.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a couple of numbers here, and then we will be back with you in a moment. I know. All right, our field mic not working well. I don't even know where it is right now. I thought I put it over there, but I don't even really see where it went to. So I'm getting some pretty choppy signal from that, which can happen when you're in a crowded building like this. I put it under somebody's chair, and now I don't even see it. So
It's probably with the toddlers.
that's possible. It could be under there. It could be somewhere. I don't know. It can't be too far away because I do see it, but it's chattery, so it's not working the best. Anyway, we won't worry about that too much. I think you can hear a little crowd noise through our mics. All right, couple numbers for you. We were hitting in that set 458. So that explains a lot of the score differential. And 4 aces.
And 4 aces as well out of our 25 points.
Good numbers.
Yeah, so I think we earned. Sometimes the other team makes unforced errors, and you still get a point from that. But I think we earned a lot of those points. So a majority of them. It was a good way to start the day.
Definitely, and things are ready to go here, and our numbers continue to look good. So hopefully you are enjoying the broadcast here as Torvey puts the ball into play here, and I think we're getting an illegal back row attack.
Yeah, the setter must have. Yeah.
All right, so Torvey continues. Another good serve. Defense gets a hand on it, but they get a little bit of an attack out of that and actually falls into the donut. So what looked like a broken play ends up being a point for one.
I think, did Lindsay and Livy mention yesterday that that's their least favorite point to defend, or definitely the donut, but also if it comes off their hand funny.
Right, just something unexpected. You're set up for a big hit, and an off-speed ball comes, or just some junk that you don't expect, and all of a sudden that's the one that causes you that trouble.
Yeah, yep. But we got it right back here.
2-1 here early, set 2. If you're just joining us, the Light Squad did win set 1, and I think you can see that on the scoreboard there as well. Really enjoying that little scoreboard widget. It seems to work pretty good. And a nice swing here for, well, she's actually on the roster. So Macy Duran, if it's to be believed, with a nice swing there from the left pin for 1. Knotted at 2 in set 2 on day 2. Ball put into play here. Rushing there to get this one, and Bover goes way up in the air to get that. And the results point Lights.
Yep, she had to cut that ball a lot given her angle, and she did it perfectly. Found a spot on the other team's court that was very hard for them to defend if they're not anticipating it.
Decker's at the stripe here, and a good serve. It's another ace. I'd like to thank the Dan Stein Alligator, Crocodile, and Varmint Removal Service of Prior Lake, Minnesota for sponsoring every Northern Lights ace here today. Deckers continues from the stripe. The good serve here, and they're going to go to a middle attack, and they push this over to their right side, and it falls in, point 1.
Bella was sensing that. She was in the right area, just it's a matter of inches sometimes, and she just couldn't get it pulled back where it was in a playable spot, but she was on it. She had a feeling it was going to happen.
And number 9, not a rostered player here, according to our official roster, so we will just call her number 9. With Britta Hagen here, gets a point off the block.
Nice right side attack there. That keeps us going here for Another service run.
Macy Spolidoro to the right of the broadcast booth here, puts the ball into play. The defense gets this one over the left side, and block sends it right back. They'll try it again. Again, the block sends it back. And I guess that one did not even get over here. So that was a full contact call on 1BA.
But the time before that block was solid, and that was a great block that Izzy and Ashley put up over on that right side.
Spolidoro continues from the stripe here, picked up on the back row by 1 over the left side, and the block on that one, but it finds its way through. Point for 1.
I guess that a little hard to see from this angle, but maybe they didn't push across. I'm not sure.
A lot of those we really can't tell from this angle.
Yeah.
And you see that net, there's another net behind it and another net behind that. And in my eyes, they all
they run together. Yeah.
Like the whistles. We talk about the whistles, and I can never tell one from another. I don't know how the players do that.
Agreed.
Serve for 1, catches the top of the tape. They clearly did not work on hitting the tape for those last 12 and a half seconds of their practices, as that one is unsuccessful.
We just traded points there with serves, I guess. So
that comes out even as Bovard sends this over deep into the 1. They're having a little trouble with this too. They are going to get it knocked back over, as tried to make an attack out of a ball set really high into the arena. I think it would have been better just to free ball that over.
Yeah, that would have been a remarkable swing if she could have pulled that one off.
Bovard continues. Right-hander sends it over, picked up here by 1. And that is tight and wide and out for 1.
Yep, hitter didn't have a chance on that one. It hit the antenna before it came down in a hittable spot.
Bovard continues. Chask product looking for a spot in the 1 there. Over to the left side here, up over the block into the donut. Klembarski's right there to cover this one. Spolidoro pushes this over to Miedema with a big attack, and not going to get this back.
That was a fun play to watch. The set was a little bit quicker, right? And she was a shoot set out to Taylor, and the block was not ready. It was great.
Good play. Bovard continues, goes the other way this time into the 5. They pick it up over the right side, up over the block. Spolidoro the back set over to Torvey with a big swing, and that was just long out of that 6-1 seam.
Seemed like I saw a person or two take a swing at that on the defense, and they must have all missed.
All right, 1 puts it in play, wasting no time here. The bump set from Spolidoro over to Miedema does not make it over. So 1 creeping back in here.
Yeah, closer contest so far this set.
See if we can get to the convenience store point, and indeed we do. Lights 11-7, or as we'd rather say 7-11. Ace Klembarski putting the ball into play here, picked up by 1, and this time the middle goes a different direction. Lights not fooled by it, and this ball off to the right, 1 unable to bring that back.
Great defensive positioning for Molly to be ready to pass that ball with ease.
Klembarski continues. Oh, good serve. That one really took a dive.
Whoa.
And we're going to get a illegal block.
So I think that Ada went up to block on that second one, and if she touches it even slightly, it's our point then, because the other setter's in the back row.
Yeah. Okay, over to the right side here. Block sends this one back. 1 will reload. Miedema runs into the standard there. Hopefully she's okay. Back up at it now. Klembarski, the bump set. Over to Torvey, who jumps and pushes this one over, but it doesn't make it for contacts.
Yep. We hope Taylor's okay. She ran into the stand there after.
I don't know if there's a lot of padding on that front side. Doesn't look the most pleasant to hit that.
No.
I think there's pretty good padding all the way on the other sides, but that front looks a little dangerous. Hopefully okay. Lefty here for 1, puts it in play. Spolidoro quick that gap set over to Deckers. They push it over, and we're going to reload here. Left side, up over the block, and boy, that was really close, but I think it was a tile or so out.
Yeah, it fell down. Now Ada had a nice recovery on that block. She upped her own ball there, and Molly with all that sand experience too.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
Torvey with one of these balls in the air. He gets over the net and it just drops.
Yes, that was a good serve.
Fantastic serve there for Izzy Torvey. The right-hander continuing at the stripe here, picked up by one over to the left side. Oh, big attack there, and that one comes in. Gives us a little bit of a scare there in the broadcast booth, but no damage. I think I have enough brackets and guards screwed into this thing to avoid any real damage. Hopefully that continues here. Ball put into play here and picked up by Bovard over the left side. Hagen with a nice swing up over the block here. And, that's a good attack. But Klembarski there to pick that one up out of the back row for Bovard. And that one is headed over to court 23, and it is still rolling. They are in a timeout over on number 23. So this thing should make its way back. Somebody lifts the net up while it can roll right underneath. And here we go. Bella rushing. The Northfield product headed to Juniata College, one of the top teams in D3. Right-hander puts the ball into play here. Bump set over, and they get a nice swing out of that through the block and down.
Yeah, mentioning Juniata, they're, I think, the current two-time Division III national champion. So that'll be a fun place to go.
It'll be fun to follow her career as she heads off to school next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good dig there by Bella. Over to Britta Hagen. Nice play right on the line. R1 nodding in agreement with the Mavs line judge. We will be playing Mavs KC later in the afternoon here, after watching them in the first match, expecting a competitive match from that team. Looking pretty talented.
Very much so, yeah.
Ada Deckers puts the ball into play here over the left side. Oh, the block. Britta Hagen up with Grausnick to send that one back.
Yep, square stuff block for the point. Nice job, Britta.
Deckers is going to continue at the stripe here. Right-hander sends it over. Trouble. Another ace. Thank you, Dan Stein, for your unwavering support of the Spoley Brock Sports Network, SBSN 08 The Ocho. Deckers continues here from the line. A lot of nice service runs today. I don't want to give it the commentator's curse, but we'll say it after it's served, so we won't affect anything here. We're going to get a double call on Torvey on that one. Remember, we've talked about the doubles and that potentially rule changes coming. I'm sure that'll have to be decided at the higher levels first, and then see if that trickles down through club and high school.
Yeah, that'll be a big change.
R1 chuckling about something. I like to see a little levity from the officiating crew, and we're seeing that here. Looks like they got a nice R1 up in the stand here. And the connection not made on that one. But Light's in good control here. Set number 2, 19-12. And again, I'm unable to tell you much about one because of their roster numbers. Just don't match up very well.
And that's okay.
If you're watching from one, and I can't even tell you where they're from, so you're probably not.
Yeah, we had that yesterday.
Yeah, we did on the other sheet, but that's all out of my head. I always flush yesterday's completely. I don't remember much from it at all, so we'll just call them one here as they flip this one over, but this is also going to be an illegal back row attack as the setter goes up and contacts the ball, or attacks the ball, I should say, over the plane of the net. Coming out of the back row. Spolidoro with a good serve, and she did practice the 12.5 seconds off the tape. That one comes right through. Off the block.
Wichita, Kansas, Jim.
Wichita, Kansas.
Get my sheet out from yesterday.
Megan Riley, who's a Northfield product, is now playing for the Wichita State Shockers. If you want a little trivia, that's the only thing I can tell you about Wichita at the moment. Torvey gets this one not back over. It's a nice attempt there to swat it back over, but unsuccessful.
Yeah, it feels like we need to tighten up a little bit and get back to.
Well, and I think you want to finish the set strong.
Yes.
Take that into the next match a little bit and not kind of back out of it. So we'll see what that develops here. Grosnick with the attack here. The back set, nice set there over to the right side for one, but Spoladero there nicely to pick this one up. Bovard sends it over from the left pin over the left side here for one. Up, block gets a piece of that. Klembarski there, the bump set. Torvey looking for a spot. Out. Well, I thought maybe that one would. We had a lot of very close.
Yeah, there have been some on the line and some just out.
And we certainly aren't in a good place to judge those, so we'll accept the calls that are given as perhaps the volleyball gods have spoken. And we have a service error for one. Your light squad, 22 serving 15. Bovard with a good, perfect knuckleball. This thing is headed out, and I think they're actually.
Was that a bench person?
Well, I don't know what that looked kind of funny. I thought it was just going to be out.
There we go.
And Ashley Grausnick makes sure that it is a lights point. And she put that down with authority. Bovard continues, 23 serving 15. Still thinking about that other point. I'm not sure who picked that up.
I think it was number 2. Looking at her.
Okay, either way, this match nearly over. 24-15. Bovard will be on the hook, as they say. And we get a timeout.
Really? Okay. So, yeah, I think number 2, like when she passed that ball, she was standing like right in the middle of the bench. And so it kind of looked like the bench passed the ball. But then she continued on in the play. So
If we had instant replay, we could
go back and see if they did a little swap-a-two there. But just wanted to shout out to the defense again. There was a point a couple plays back where both Molly, you know how defense kind of, how do you say, they overlap, right? Yeah. Like somebody has some short, somebody has long, so somebody's going to get it, right? And there's so many times when these girls they're both there, they're covering it. It's working, right? Like their defense, it's working the way intended, I think.
Good. Bovard continues from the stripe here. And they're going to send a roll shot over here. Lights can set up. This could be it. Grausnick. They cover it. Into the middle. And, what a swing. Spoladero, a great job to get that one out. Idema down.